continue. Now, what I've noticed so far is that our object actually looks a bit too low poly. Like you can see the edges here. So what we can simply do here to fix this is make sure you're here on polygon mode and you select this, push the closing bracket button, and what we can simply do is Control X, and we can move it to the third layer. While we are here, we'll come down here. Let's change this to texture wire. Grab this polygon, delete that polygon, and on your keyboard push Shift D. You get this. So don't change this if it's on metaform, just keep this here and push OK. And as you can see, it has already changed. It looks a bit more detailed. If we change this to texture, look, the lines are actually more straighter, more smoother. If you actually put everything, you hold down Shift to select all the layers, we get this. So let's move on. Now let's put our arm. Let's make our arm or the guitar. Okay, so I'll start with selecting all these, Control X to cut and put them in one layer. Then we'll get into the other layer while seeing our body of the guitar. So what I'll do is I'll come back to create, get a box, and create a box more like this. Okay, let's zoom out. You can zoom out with Control Alternate, and you drag with your left mouse button. So let's say I want this to be here. Let me make this a bit smaller. Okay, not too small though. Something like that. And okay, I'll center that there. And I'll create some thickness to this. Maybe say like that. Okay, just a little bit, just like that. Okay. So what I'll do is, let me bring this back a bit like this. Just here. Okay. So while I'm here, push space, select the end, push E on the keyboard to extrude. Let's zoom in a bit. T to move it a bit. E again on the keyboard, move it one more time. I think just like that. That's too much. I think maybe like this. Yes. Then hold down Shift and closing bracket, and we'll go to H on the keyboard. Then increase the radius here, and what we can do is we'll leave it there. Space on the keyboard, question mark to deselect, then select this part. We can be on polygon. Let's go to polygon, or to point, sorry. We'll be in point and select these. Shift on the keyboard and just reduce the size just a bit like that. Space, question mark to deselect. I'll select the ending here and part, drag this down. This thing is usually bent like this. Drag it down like that. Space, question mark to deselect. And I'll also select this point here. Drag it down a bit. Just a little bit. Space, deselect. I'll come to the top layer while in polygon mode. Select this like that. Come to multiply and Bandsaw Pro. Space on the keyboard, question mark to deselect. So I'll get Control T, the drag tool. Just drag this point out. Okay. I think I should select it. Make sure in point mode. Okay, if you have selected polygons like that, question mark on the keyboard to deselect them. T on the keyboard, let's move it down. Okay, space, and we'll come back to that same polygon, but okay, I think let's see it from this side. Let's select the one on the middle, bottom but on the middle. T to move, and move it down like that. One more thing, select all these polygons here, H on the keyboard, hold down Ctrl and drag like that. Okay, I think that's wide enough like that. You push A on the keyboard. Let's see what we have created here. Okay, so we have that. Now, you know, you can't keep sharp edges on any polygon, on any object. Oh, before we start rounding up our edges, one more thing. Come here to multiply. Get a knife tool. Cut it maybe like from there. Cut. Space on the keyboard. Let's zoom in. One more time. Cut it here again. Okay, make sure that line is straight. Space. And then what we'll do is come here. Okay, let's change this to texture wired. Select, make sure you're on polygon mode. Select these polygons, this and that. Push E on the keyboard, T to move, and let's drag this down like that. Space, question mark to deselect. And okay, so what we'll do is push S on the keyboard to save, A on the keyboard to fit everything. Okay, I think we're getting there. So what we'll do is I'll go to edge mode, select this, more like this, round, select like this, going all around. Okay, so instead of just going around there, oops, that's what happens sometimes when you click somewhere you don't want. Okay, let me try another shortcut. Select this, that, and I'll select that. Okay, also make sure I select these ones here. Okay, then deselect all these. I don't want any of these ones on the middle. I don't want any of these, any of that. Select those. Okay, so there might be some that I've missed, so what I'll do is I'll come here to select and select loop. And okay, so we also need these two. Okay, I think we're good. We go to rounder, extension rounder, numeric panel. Make sure this is 421. Or I can turn this down to 20 if I want. Yeah, like that. Oops, cancel that. Space on the keyboard, question mark to deselect. Okay, save. We'll select these ones again here. Okay, so come to this, that, select this, that. Okay, select loop. Okay, I have all those selected, so what I'll do is come back to rounder and numeric, cancel, space, question mark to deselect, and we have our arm more like this. Okay, so if we see the whole thing, surface editor, surface, just change this to double-sided. And yeah, that's why I wanted to see that part. So what we can do is, let's change this to texture wired. Come back to the hole that we've made here. Select this. Oops. Yeah. That. Just around the circle, this circle that you actually deleted. Okay, let's select loop and push P on the keyboard. Oops, I almost forgot. This doesn't work if it's in edge mode. So what you do is you come here to select and you say convert to, say point. So make sure it's in points and then you push P on the keyboard. Let's save. Okay, so now time to make the fretboard. So what we're going to do is zoom in a bit and we'll come to create box, get a box, and I'll start it just there from the hole till somewhere here to here, and I will create some thickness to this thing. Okay, just like that. Space on the keyboard. I'll select this while in polygon mode, push the closing bracket to select the whole thing, Ctrl X, come to the third layer, paste it. Okay, so while seeing my guitar in the background, T on the keyboard, move it all the way up. Okay, let's zoom in so that we can see what we're doing. Oops, undo. Let's move it like that. Okay, I want this thing to be showing just a little bit like that. Okay, and I'll come here to the neck, push space, select this polygon and just shrink it to something like that. Let me zoom in. Okay, like that. T to move. Let me just move this a bit. Okay, space, question mark. Save on the keyboard. A to fit everything. Let's go to the other side. Select this. H to move and drag out. Like that. Okay, T to move. Let's just move it a bit backwards like that. Space, question mark to deselect. A to fit everything. Save. We'll come to edge mode, select the whole thing and multiply, rounder, push the numeric. Okay, we have that. Space, question mark to deselect. Okay, so if I actually select everything here, I want to see what's happening, and okay, not bad. I'll come back to the fretboard, select a new layer while seeing my fretboard in the background. I'll zoom in and I'll go back to create, get a box, and I'll create something like this. Okay, they shouldn't be too thick, more like that. Okay, while here on the top view, I'll push my arrow keys. I'll push the up arrow once, space, I'll select this while on the top view, T to move, and I'll drag it up just a bit like that. Okay, space, question mark to deselect. I'll select the whole thing minus the line on the middle, and then I'll come to multiply, rounder, and numeric. Okay, can I reduce this? Let's reduce it. Okay, something like that. Space, question mark to deselect, S to save. So what we'll do is T to move. We'll move this down, start from here. Now it's time to duplicate this thing. So what we'll do is, while I'm here top view, I'll say copy. Okay, be in polygon mode, copy, then paste, T to move. So if you see on a guitar, they actually start out, the spaces, they're quite small, then they increase as it goes. In order for you not to be moving the object up and down, what you can do is hold down Control, Okay, now we've reached the last part. Select Shift A to move closer. Okay, so I'll push the question mark on the keyboard, select just the bottom part of this, T to move, and drag it down like that. Okay, and I was closing bracket, select the whole thing. I think I need to move it back in just a bit. Okay, like that. So if you look at our guitar now, let's look at it. We have frets, so as you can see they are actually going out. So to do that, there's a certain trick I use. Okay, so I'll make sure while I'm here, so if I select this, that means I'm actually at the far end here. So you come to modify, there's a tool called taper, and well, make sure it's on selection, hold down shift, drag left, right. Okay, so I'm on the opposite side. As you can see, because I'm at the back, I'm reducing the far end. So what we can do is we change from left to right, and let's try that one more time. So we'll decrease this till we reach, okay, good. I think like this, space. Now if we actually look at our guitar and its frets, we are good. Okay, so now it's time to make this bridge here. Let's create that bridge. So what I'll do is I'll zoom closer, S on the keyboard to save. I'll zoom in, select this one, closing bracket to select all of it, and I'll cut, put it in the next layer, paste. I'll leave everything else where it was. So what I'll do is I need six strings to be passing through this. So what I'll do is I'll come back to multiply. If I select this, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how am I going to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I see what I need to do here. So starting with this one here, I'll need to make 6 divisions on this. Okay, then I have to space out all the lines equally. Okay, so what I'll do for each one of these is I'll go through dividing through every line. I divide 2 on the sides, so I'll divide that, space, I get the knife again, divide like that again. Okay, and that's the last one. So save on the keyboard. Okay, so I'll go through, make sure I'm in point mode. I'll be selecting this point on the middle, drag. Okay, so I'll select all of them before I drag. T and drag down, all like that. space, question mark, deselect, and we're good. Okay, so I just need to put, I think I put these ones too much. Let's take them back just up a bit. Okay, so save. If I select everything now on the keyboard, so I have my guitar right there, and I'll push Ctrl X and go to the first layer and paste everything. So save, so that I can have this in my layer 1. Okay, so I'll see you in my next video. Keep watching. Let's create this guitar.